Oh no.
Home wasn't quite so bad.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. How many of you were here earlier? Okay, awesome, great. Thank you for staying. I'm glad that you might as well stay as long as the weather's bad. We Renewal Center, you can sleep there tonight if you want. So, we're going to do our second show for you, and hopefully it'll be as good, if not better, than the one earlier for those that were here before. I'm Terry Voss, one of the directors of the show choirs. Actually, I'm directing all three of the groups this year, which has been a lot of fun. Do we have some alum here that were in the group past years? Again, good. How about alum parents? Alum grandparents? Alum family members? Okay, awesome, good. What we're going to do is we're going to start off first by talking about the Show Choir Spectacular, which we host here. It's in our competition. It'll be our 20th year. We have 20 groups coming from 5 states. We usually bring in about $60,000. We usually host anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 people. This year I think it'll be on the higher side. That's a lot of groups. But we have a couple parents that are in charge of it, and they're going to need the help from a lot of you, parents in particular. So we have Sherry Jobin and Angie Rice. They would like to come on up here and talk to you a little bit about it.
I'm Sherry Jobin, and I am the, I was going to say I'm a clinical pharmacy specialist, but I'm actually a show choir parent. So what we're here to do is watch the kids with their show choir performance and talk about Spectacular, which is our major fundraiser. And as Mr. Voss said, this is our 20th season. We're going to have 20 show choirs performing that day on March 7th. And so what I'd like to do is to start our little slideshow that we put together that shows how the school is decorated and all the things that go into having spectacular work and flow the way that it does every year. So if you could start that, that would be great. So as we talked about, we've got 20 different groups coming, and as Mr. Voss has talked with the number of groups, we've also been voted one of the best groups with the regional show choir competition with the Aspire Award, and there should be a slide there. So we received that in 2012. As Mr. Voss also said, we have between 2,000 and 4,000 guests, and so in order to feed all of those folks, we need to have people helping serve and also putting decorations on the walls, things on the ceilings, and that kind of thing. And so as of next week, we will have a sign-up for you to help with our setup. And then the following week, we'll have a sign-up which will be 2 shifts per family for setting up for Spectacular. It will all be online. Thank you, Angie, because last time I forgot half the things I was going to say. So if you are interested in helping our committee, we have 5 different positions that are available for you to consider, and then also helping us with the setup and then putting up everything before Spectacular.
Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about the show choir season for Company of Singers. Some of the things will pertain to T-Tones and Encore as well, because they are at 3 or 4 competitions, or will be at 3 or 4 competitions that Company of Singers will be at. Company of Singers has 6 competitions. They start week after this weekend in Linn-Mar. It's the Cedar Rapids, Iowa area. And they'll be competing there. We went there several years ago, for several years, and it's a really nice auditorium, a big stage, a great sound system, and so on. It's one of those competitions, though, that once you get in, you want to make sure you hold on to your seat because they do not fit everybody in, and the bands of the groups performing and parents are giving priority. And then if they need to shift people out, it's often the performers that ask to go to the overflow space, which would be like our theater would be here if we use our overflow space. So that's the first competition. Company Singer is the only group that's going there. We're going the night before. So if you would like to go along, we would love for you to stay in the hotel that we're in. It's the night before. You can go online to find those accommodations for any of these. Wilmington Kennedy is next. All 3 groups will be there. That's at the end of the month. Obviously really, really convenient. If you have any family members and so on that would like to see the group. Eau Claire, Wisconsin is the next one. I think it's the first weekend in February. All 3 groups will be there as well. And then we're going to Davenport, Iowa. It's the weekend we normally go to Hastings, but we're going there because we've been invited there so many times that I want to try to accommodate some of the groups that try to come to ours if it works for them. And it's hosted by 2 of the Davenport high schools. And it's supposed to be a really awesome facility, and I'm excited about being able to be in that space. Then we're going to Broadhead, Wisconsin, other side of Madison. It'll be an early morning departure time. And all 3 groups will be at that competition. That's the final competition for Encore. And then we'll be hosting our own spectacular here beginning March 7th. And then followed 2 weeks later at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. They've hosted a competition there for a very, very long time as well. They have a really incredible group in the community. And the T-Tones and Company Singers will be at that competition. So also we want to talk a little bit about competition etiquette. If you have not been to a competition before, what's great about show choir is that groups are really supportive of each other. Yes, it is competitive, but groups and supporters, fans, that kind of stuff are really in support of the other groups that are on stage. So keeping in mind that everybody that's in the audience has really vested strong interest in anybody that's on stage. If you feel like their ability level, their choice of songs, passion, or something that maybe you don't prefer, we ask that you please don't say anything about it. Don't give a look, a side look, a glance, or whatever. It's just more respectful, obviously, to support anything that is going on, leaving that choice up to the judges and their decisions and so on. So that would be whether it's in the concert, the performance hall, it's in the hallways, it's in the restroom, it's in the lunch lines, it's anywhere that you travel. Also, we realize too that this competition is going toward their fundraisers too. So as we need to support our program, they need to too. So please do not bring in food or drink from the outside. We really prefer that if there's something that's not on the menu, hopefully you can find something. But if you do leave, that you're discreet about it, and of course never bring anything back with you. Regarding apparel, so the kids can identify you in the audience, and you can find each other. You can wear TG apparel, or Company of Singers things, or T-Tones things, or Encore Singers. That would be great. But just blue and gold would be awesome as well. And then where to sit, where you should be in order to support the groups. It's best to be down front at a competition. It's not the best place because sometimes you can't see as well. Sometimes you can't hear as well. You might go away going, oh, it did seem so strong to me, but perhaps the sound is going over you and back to the judges where it should be going. So kind of keep that in mind. Sometimes people will watch group during the day, and they make finals, and then you'll say, well, this time I want to watch them at the top of the bleachers. We really would love for you to stay down front where the rows have been reserved for you, because again, it's kind of a give and take thing. You're screaming, yelling support to them, I think gives them energy, and then they give it back to you, and hopefully they've energized you too. So it's really reciprocal, so you keep that in mind. See if I forgot anything along that line. I don't think so. I don't know if they're out there and ready to go. Are we ready? Okay, so I'd like to introduce the directors to you. I don't do this all alone, obviously. Mr. Tim Hoffman is the band director, and he is for the T-Tones as well. For the Astro Jams for T-Tones. You'll see him back center here in a little bit. We have Heather Douglas, who is one of the directors here for Company of Singers. I'm sure a lot of you know her. For all of the show choirs. And then our other director this year, new to the group, has been such an incredible asset to the group, is Bryce Nelstead, who is also doing T-Tones and Encore with me as well. Please graduated from Kennedy High School, and then he went to Madison, where he was a 4-year member, which is a big deal to Wisconsin Singers. So he's got a lot of experience that he has really brought to our group, and we're really excited to have him. He is going to introduce the group. Hopefully they're just about ready. Good evening. Company of Singers will travel in late March. Let me try that again.
All right, there we go. Company of Singers will travel in late March with the TG Music Department to Puerto Rico, where they will perform at various high schools and thus have chosen a diverse program. The set begins with a tune by song and stage legend Liza Minnelli, followed by an 80s pop rock medley. The ballad is from the Latino-themed Broadway musical In the Heights, paired with the universally popular ballad The Prayer, and concludes with a blend of Broadway, current pop, and swing jive tune. Company of Singers hopes that all of their audiences want to tap along and be left with a smile on their face. And now, your Totino Grace Company of Singers!
Say yes. Life keeps happening every day. Say yes. When opportunity comes your way, you can't start wondering what to say. You'll never win if you never play. Say yes.
There's big gigantic goals right outside. Nothing's gained, there's nothing tried.
Say yes.
Don't say why. Say why not. What lies beyond what is not. So on. Say yes. Yes, I can.
Yes, I will.
Yes, I'll taste it.
Yes, I'll touch.
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm nice.
Yes, I'll happily.
Thank you very much.
Yes, oh yes. There's chat and there's sweet. You want to get
But on the other hand, you're my grace. That's the stranger you want to be. Say yes.
Yes, I'll look. Yes, I'll walk. Yes, I'd love to do such and such. Yes, I'll try.
Yes, I'll dare.
Yes, I'll fly.
Yes, I'll share. And yes, I am. And yes, I'll be. And yes, I'll go. Yes!
I used to be a renegade. I used to fool around, but I couldn't take the punishment and had to settle down. Now I'm playing it real straight, and guess I cut my hair. You might think crazy, but I don't even care, 'cause I can tell what's going on. Tip to be square.
It's not too hard to figure out. You see it every day.
Those that were the farthest out have gone the other way.
See it on the freeway. You don't like a lot of fun.
Not a lot of love.
Try to fight it. An idea whose time is gone. But don't sound crazy, 'cause you know it.
It's to be scared.
ready to die.
I pray you'll be our eyes
Look on it as still on.
and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer. When we lose our way,
Lead us to a place,
guide us with your grace
to a place where we'll be safe.
with you, no.